Hello, everybody. I'm so excited that you're all back. I know we took last week off, but, I got busy and, shit happens. So, anyway, welcome back to another episode of Ghost Hunter Joe and Friends. I want to welcome everybody who was here that was previously watching my favorite YouTube podcast, Amber and Heidi Spills TV. Woohoo! If you haven't followed them already, please go follow them on YouTube. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. They're wonderful people, and I love them all so much. So anyway, tonight we have a very exciting discussion that I couldn't be more excited to talk about. We are going to discuss all things Cecil Hotel related in Los Angeles, California. So for those of you who don't know, there's a big documentary that's coming out. Kind of excited about that. Ghost Adventures did a thing on that. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And, well, I don't know what else we're going to talk about because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, anyway, I'm going to bring up my fearless co-host. Here is Ashley. What are you doing, girl?
Oh, nothing. Same old on a Tuesday night.
Well, that sounds about like, what I'm doing. How's your week been? I feel like, well, obviously we didn't really talk last week because we didn't do a show because, well, I was busy. So, so what's been going on?
Nothing really, just work. What about you?
Yeah, no. I ain't doing nothing. But because I'm a copycat.
Oh, jeez.
You know I'm a copycat, and I like to do roll call. I like to do roll call, So I want to say hi to the one and only Heidi Black. She just turned 103 on Saturday. Everybody wish her a happy 103rd birthday. Denise is here.
Hi, Denise.
Gina's here. She even gave you a special shout out.
All right. I feel so special. Thank you.
I'm not sure how Whit is in the chat because Whit is our special guest. So I guess the surprise has been removed. She's our special guest. Sherry Blossom, our wonderful organization, Midnight Wolfpack Productions, is here. Look at all these people that are here. Cosmic Crazy, Carrie, and Jennifer. Wow, look at all these.
Look at all these people coming in.
I know. I'm so excited that everybody is here. And Mother Teresa Thompson is a brand new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing to Midnight Wolfpack. You will find excellent content on here from a number of different shows. So I'm very excited that you're here to join us. So make sure you hit that bell. I stole that from Amber. I'm not even going to lie. 6. I think that's all. If I didn't say hi to you. Oh, my girl Holly, Thumbalicia, Angela. Oh, I'm so glad to see everybody is over here. Ooh. So I don't think I said hi to Lynn. Did I say hi to Lynn?
I don't think you did, but hi, Lynn.
I don't know. So earlier today, I was on with Amber and Heidi's, well, I wasn't on their panel, but I was watching it. And they gave us a shout out for people to come over here and watch us, which I very much appreciate. But I made a comment of, make sure you tell people to come watch us because, there's only 5 people that do. So
that's about right.
Everyone wants us to know that we come more than 5 people. Okay, I'm sorry. It says there's 26 in the room. I guess we're doing a little bit better than
we're doing better than our normal 5.
It's yeah. So I appreciate everybody that's over here. We're gonna have a really good episode. So just kind of sit back, relax. I don't have anything other than water tonight. I'm sorry again. I don't have my magic blender.
What happened to it?
No. But after the week that I've had, I just need something relaxing, and stress-free. So I also just want to reiterate, we don't do drama on this channel.
No, we don't.
There is no drama on this channel. So stay in your lane, girlfriends.
Oh, jeez.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. Most definitely.
If you don't, hit me up in my DMs.
Because he will gladly let you know.
It's not about the neighbor this time.
Oh, don't get me started.
Don't get me started on that.
Don't get me started.
Anyway, so I want to now bring up our girl Whit. Yeah. I met Whit actually just a little bit ago. Whit, also got to put out another plug. She is one of the mods for Amber and Heidi. So that's how I got connected with her. And we kind of started chatting, and she had this great idea that we touch base on the Cecil Hotel, which is what we're doing tonight. So, I got to give all the credit to her for starting this conversation, because I thought it was a really good one. And just to, annoy Amber and Heidi, I'm covering Cecil Hotel first. So boom!
Dang!
Mm-hmm. Dang. Well, they messaged me saying that they were going to cover it, and I'm like, yeah, we're talking about it.
We're doing it first.
Sorry, but everybody should go over there when they do it too, so you have a different point of view. So again, I'm gonna bring on our girl Whit.
Hi, Whit.
What you doing,
girl? How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, I cannot thank you enough. I thought that this was such an excellent idea that you suggested, and you actually reached out to me about it. So I thought I can't thank you enough for doing this. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Whit. I am one of Amber and Heidi's mods. I work in health and human services. I go to school for public health. And I love true crime. I'm obsessed with true crime. And that's kind of what led me to this whole learning more about the Cecil Hotel, because it's really intense.
It is very intense. It is very intense. And in fact, I don't know about you, Whit, but I'm really going to let you kind of lead most of the conversation tonight. But I have lots of notes here to go over. So, things we can talk about. This hotel, I think it's something like 80 years old, right?
I think
yeah, so it was built right before the Depression started. It was supposed to be an upscale hotel. That's why you see in the entrance there's a lot of marble work. Unfortunately, it was built in an area of LA that pretty quickly after the Depression hit turned into the Skid Row area. So it made it a lower income. It was built for something like $1.5 million, which back in the 20s was incredibly expensive.
Well, here's a picture of what it looks like now, which I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I think this is supposed to be some ghost photo because it looks like there's a little man in there. But, I think that it's just a beautiful place. But my understanding is, as of right now, they're not using it for anything. Am I right on that?
Yeah, so pretty shortly after the Elisa Lam situation, which I know we're going to talk all about Elisa Lam, pretty shortly after the Elisa Lam situation, they kind of shut it down. It was taken from the name, the Cecil Hotel, to stay on Main, and it was just kind of a hostel type of a situation. So shared rooms, you could have a private room, and it was supposed to be a budget hotel, but they ended up shutting it down. And fun fact, American Horror Story Hotel is actually the inspiration for it is the Cecil Hotel.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I did not know that. Well, one of the reasons why I think there's such a renewed interest in this is Ghost Adventures just did a show all about them. And if you haven't seen the show, it is available on Discovery Plus. If you don't have Discovery Plus, find a way to watch it. All I'm saying. Thank you, Wendy, for helping me watch it. Because I don't have them. So shout out to Wendy for helping me watch
You
it.
get a 7-day free trial, like every so often.
Yeah, there's a 7-day free trial for Discovery Plus. You can just cancel it after that.
You all know I'm not somebody who's going to remember to cancel. I'm busy. I'm just saying. So anyway, we got a lot of comments coming in. These ghosts know how to live. Other people are saying that they also saw it on Ghost Adventures. So I think that's awesome that people actually know who we're talking about and what we're talking about. I think that's great. And what I also think is great, because this is my show and I get to say what I want, I love the fact that Angela is a joke maker.
I love that.
I got you, girl. I got you.
That's awesome.
I know, right? Oh, okay, wait. I got to address this real quick.
Oh no!
This is the best. Joe is too busy with his neighbor. No. No. The neighbor and I do not speak anymore.
Oh, is that why you were so busy last week?
No. I don't talk to the neighbor anymore.
I need some backstory on the neighbor after this conversation.
Oh, you're watching my lives. Okay. There's a history with the neighbor.
There is. Long history.
How much time you got?
I got time. We can do this.
Because you know what? You know what? We can't do it because we are not a drama channel. We do not do drama.
Okay, let's
we'll text about it after. You and I will talk about the neighbor.
Oh, girl, don't get me started. Do not get me started.
Come on all night, let me just say.
Poor Ashley. She has to hear me talk about the neighbor all the time.
You'll get a text after this, needs to know about the neighbor.
The neighbor used to ghost hunt with us. I'm just going to tell you that.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you that. But you know what? I'm not going to.
I'm not going there. Drama free.
I'm not going to put anybody on blast. Because that's not nice. Hi, Wendy. I'm glad you're here with Chase. Oh, Chase is on? I didn't know Chase was there. Hello, Chase. And again, Wendy, thank you for letting me use your Discovery Plus so we can talk about this. So anyway, getting back to the real reason that we're here and what we will all want to kind of talk about is the Cecil Hotel. So for those, again, I don't know if I told you all, it is in Los Angeles. And as Whit already mentioned, it was, kind of ritzy back for its time. Here's a picture of what it looks like. Just so everybody can get a nice kind of view. But, my understanding, and again, I have to refer to my notes. So my understanding is there has been several well-known murders and deaths that have been connected to the Cecil Hotel. So you kind of want to walk us through some of that, Whit?
Yeah, so I am going to pull up my list because there's a little bit too much that I can remember. The first two things I do want to start with offhand, 2 serial killers have lived at the Cecil Hotel. So in 1985, Richard Ramirez lived at the Cecil Hotel, and he was actually known to take off his bloody clothes, throw them in the dumpster, and then go into the lobby of the Cecil Hotel either naked or in his underwear. This was common occurrence for him.
I did not know that. I didn't.
That was a pretty common occurrence from my understanding.
I'm trying to fix it so we can get well, that didn't work either. Okay, that's Richard Ramirez, guys. He stayed there, I believe, was it in the 80s or was it in the 90s? It was listed as one of his residences.
Yeah, it was in 1985, and he actually lived there for most of the murders that he committed. He was living at the Cecil Hotel, from my understanding.
Wow. And then tell us about somebody else.
So in 1991, Jack Unterweger from Austria had come over to the United States. He actually kind of idolized Richard Ramirez. He had gotten in trouble prior to for one murder, came over to the United States, lived at the Cecil Hotel, and killed 3 sex workers by strangling them with their own bras.
Ouch. Ouch. Do we know, did he like pay these sex workers? Did he, how did that happen? Do we know?
I don't know exactly how it happened. It's pretty just conclusive that that's how he murdered them. There's not really any information on how he solicited them, but I would keep in mind that this was Skid Row, so there was probably a decent amount of individuals that were sex workers in that area because it's a pretty rundown area in general.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the other things that I found really interesting about this hotel, some of the murders date back to pretty close to when it opened, and I think really one of the more famous ones that happened, early on, and forgive me, y'all, I actually have to look back in my notes because I don't remember her real name. We just call her the Black Dahlia. But her real name was actually Elizabeth Short, and she was dubbed by the media as the Black Dahlia. And she's actually probably one of the more prominent stories that come from the Cecil Hotel. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so she was seen drinking at the bar at the Cecil Hotel 3 days before her murder. So she was murdered. Well, they found her body 3 days later. There's no conclusive evidence that she was killed in the Cecil Hotel. Actually, from what I understand, she was killed elsewhere from what investigators say or what they surmise happened to her, but she was found in a park pretty close to the Cecil Hotel.
Well, this is why I love the chat, and I love the fact that people can actually add on to this. Mina has the details for us. She was actually found murdered in Leimert Park, in the Leimert Park neighborhood. So thank you for adding that. One of the other questions that we got too, and I don't know if you know this, those 2 serial killers, were they portrayed on American Horror Story?
So I'm going to be honest with you. I have only really watched Coven and Roanoke. I got very creeped out by Hotel, which is strange for me because it takes a lot to creep me out. I'm very desensitized to anything scary. I believe Richard Ramirez was depicted in American Horror Story, but I can't tell you that it was in Hotel specifically. I would have to kind of look into that for you. But yeah, he at one point was depicted in one of the seasons. I can't say necessarily that it was Hotel, though.
Well, I'm just going to throw his picture back up again. He looks like such a normal guy.
Yes, actually.
I have to debate that. Have you ever seen him open his mouth?
No.
No.
He has teeth like... So, from my understanding, and I can swear, right?
We're not monetized. I don't care.
Okay, so from my understanding, so first of all, he had the worst breath ever.
Oh.
Because he had his teeth were jagged, his underneath teeth, you could see the rot. They fixed his teeth when he was in prison. And then he also smelled like shit.
He smelled like what?
He smelled like shit. So there was literally, so on Netflix just came out with a whole docuseries about this, and I love Netflix's true crime docuseries because they really cover all the details. He was known for murdering, but he also had... He was into picking up little kids and bringing them to his house and holding them for undisclosed periods of time. And there's actually a woman that was on the Night Stalker series that talks about how he kept her at his house. And obviously he did things that I'm not going to get into, but she said that one of the things that she could kind of tell that he was around, or one of the things that she remembered the most about him was how stinky he was, just a hideous smell.
So I'm trying to upload a picture right now. Is this a better picture of him?
Exactly.
Ooh,
Now that's a little terrifying. How do you go from looking so normal?
in that picture to that.
So that picture that is right there, I believe, was closer to when he was originally arrested, as where the picture, like the latter, I believe is a little bit like he had already been in jail for a while at that point. And so you have to also understand that, like, not far into his jail sentence, they did fix his teeth too.
They fixed his teeth in jail.
Dental plan.
Yep, they fixed his teeth.
Just saying.
Okay.
But they were all like rotted, and that was one of like his stenches, and he was just known for having like those hideodorous stenches.
Look, he does.
I love his chat comments.
Oh, that's great.
It's like a demon. Yeah, he pretty much.
But going back to what Lynn is saying with the demon thing, he's also like was a known like he was a Satan worshiper. So there's also pictures of him in court with pentagrams on his hand. And that's kind of what's interesting about the Cecil Hotel, was that was his residence. And it's thought that maybe he had done some satanic rituals that brought demonic possession into the Cecil Hotel.
Well, do you think, and I'm just asking your opinion, do you think that maybe his spirit is still at the Cecil Hotel? Do you think maybe he's one of the spirits that haunt this place?
I think that he could be now, but I also more so think that maybe he brought things in that he shouldn't have been bringing in. He opened some portals that he shouldn't have opened. The only reason I say that is, I know we're going to talk about Elisa Lam later, but a lot of people always say like, oh, you know, they correlate Elisa Lam and Richard Ramirez. And the thing is that when Elisa Lam died, Richard Ramirez was not dead yet. He died more recently. He actually died from cancer not that long ago. I want to say maybe 2015. I could be wrong on that though.
Yeah, I don't know that I have the notes on that one. On when he died. No, I don't. But you know, because we keep bringing up her name, it might be worth talking about now, and especially because there's going to be a Netflix series or Netflix documentary coming up. But it might be worth talking about Elisa Lam. And here's a picture of her. Why don't you tell us what happened to Elisa at the hotel?
Okay, so every time I talk about Elisa Lam, I genuinely get chills. I love true crime, and not a lot scares me. This case perplexes the hell out of me. So Elisa Lam is from Vancouver, Canada. She passed away from undisclosed issues, which we're going to get into, I believe in 2013. So Elisa Lam came here from Vancouver, Canada, and she stayed at the Cecil Hotel, which was called the Stay at Maine at that point. Thank you. So she was staying at the Stay at Maine, and she was actually in one of the hostel rooms, and she was moved into her own private room for erratic behavior. It's also important to document that Elisa Lam was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So she's staying in her own room, and the last known images of Elisa Lam are her in an elevator. Now, this is where I get full body chills. Elisa Lam, while she was in this elevator, was hitting all different types of buttons and acting incredibly erratic. So you see her hitting all of these buttons, and it's said that she was playing some type of an elevator game to kind of like summon things around her. Now, what is particularly terrifying to me is when she goes out, and you see right here, she starts to look around like somebody is looking for her. That is very scary to me. She hides in the corner, and then you'll see she also does these very strange hand gestures as though she is conjuring something. What ended up happening was that 18 days after she was missing, patrons of the Stay at Maine Hotel were complaining about water pressure. Her body was found in one of the water, I don't even know what they're called, like the cylinders that hold water. I'm sorry. But her body was found in one. The top of the cylinder was like 1,000 pounds, so there was no way that she would have been able to pull that top over her. At the bottom of the cylinder was her clothing, which had like sedimentary particulates on it, so almost like sandy particulates. And she had drowned in the water tower, which is really gross. And not to skeeve everybody out, but there were people that were showering in that water for that period of time. There were people that were drinking that water, and her body had been in there for a significant period of time. On her death certificate, they switched her death certificate from accidental to, I don't want to say undisclosed, but like undetermined several times. So it went back and forth something like 3 or 4 times before they finally submitted her death certificate.
Well, and to me, what is probably the most creepy about this, I mean, y'all can see, I mean, this is an actual shot of the hotel. Those 4 gray tanks, that's the water tank. They supplied the whole hotel with water. I don't know how she could have possibly gotten up there. I don't know.
She was in one of the back ones too. So she wasn't in the front 2. She was in the back left from where I'm at.
And so what's creepy to me, number one, if she did it herself, what possessed her to do that? Or number 2, if somebody else put her there, who was it? Why was nothing on film? Why was she acting so bizarre in that elevator clip that we just
That's
saw?
what I don't understand.
Was she conjuring something? Was something following her? If something was following her, was it a demonic entity? Was it some sort of paranormal activity? Was it something else? Why her? I mean, you can see her. She looks like a pretty normal kid here. 23 years old.
Now, Joe, is it going to let you show what she's doing with her hands? Because that is what I find the creepiest about it. She does this thing with her hands at one point where
we might have to rewatch the whole thing. I don't know. We'll just keep it playing. Thank you to CBS News for this footage. Got to give credit where credit is due. But yeah, she starts I mean, just look at her going out. I mean, she's clearly terrified of something.
So weird.
But there is something going on. But I mean, what's really weird about it is kind of where I was going back with this. When she got into this tank, yes, people were drinking that water. I mean, they were drinking water that a dead body had been submerged in. That's disgusting.
So disgusting.
I mean, doesn't marble hold energy? I don't know the answer to that. I believe it does. I've got some other paranormal people in here that I'm sure can answer that for us. I'm not real good on the stones and what holds energy and what doesn't. This video is about 3 minutes long, so we'll just kind of keep it running while we're talking here. But I mean, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, it's super bizarre, and a lot of people attribute it to her mental illness. I personally work in the mental health field, and I work with people that have severe mental illness, and to me, this is a little bit different than that. It's, I don't know. It's very, I would say paranoid behavior, which can totally happen with people. There we go. There's the hands going.
I mean, she's talking to somebody, or
that looks like a conjuring hand motion.
I mean, I don't want to judge. I'm not in a position to judge, but what the hell is she doing?
I have no clue. What?
I mean,
like so weird.
I don't know. I don't know. And, because of all of this, and video ended on by itself. That's good to know. See, I'm just now learning how to use all of these
You're
tools
doing a good job.
on StreamYard. Well, I'm just saying, I'm trying to copy Amber and Heidi. I'm not even gonna lie. I see them doing all these cool things. I'm trying to copy them. I'm trying to be them. What?
I said, at least you're honest.
Oh, I'm totally honest about it. I got nothing to hide. But because of that, there is going to be, a documentary, or I shouldn't say because of that, but one of the things that is coming out, like I mentioned, is this Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, and it's really kind of based on her. It's a documentary. If it hasn't come out on Netflix yet, it's coming out here real soon.
It comes out tomorrow.
Okay. I didn't see it out yet.
It comes out on 2/10.
Well, guess what I'm doing?
Me too.
Yeah, that's what I will be doing tomorrow night.
Guess I won't be watching Married at First Sight. Do you have an answer? Somebody asked a question about marble and holding energy. We do have an answer. It does not hold heat. There's a reason marble has been used for buildings in the Mediterranean and India. The stone is heat resistant, whereas concrete or wood absorb and hold heat. Marble tile does not heat up as quickly or absorb energy. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you sharing that. So what's also, to answer who asked the question, what is it called on Netflix? I'm going to show you the title screen for it, The Crime Scene, The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel. And I was actually going to play the trailer for this show, but I thought it might get me in trouble on YouTube. So I did not I'm not playing the trailer. But you can go on YouTube, type up or search for this, and you'll be able to find it. I think it'll really be interesting. Now, what's also kind of interesting, and because there are so many, I mean, really, guys, let me just show you this list, because there was no way I could remember them. The list of all deaths and murders and suicides, it's crazy. I mean, from 1931, there was a resident who was found dead in his room. 1932, a maid found somebody else dead from a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. 1938, a U.S. Marine Corps jumped from the top floor and was found on the skylight of a neighboring building. What is going on at this hotel?
There are a couple that stand out to me too that are really, I mean, like there is like really funky. So let me pull up the names exactly, but they're, I mean, and we're going to talk about the Ghost Adventures too. They're the ones that are highlighted kind of in the Ghost Adventures, but there was one. So
do you know about this one?
What?
Do you know they gave her a box before she died? I'm not familiar with that.
Which one?
Have you heard about the two men that gave Elisa Lam a box before she died?
No, I've never heard of that.
I'd be interested, Cosmic, if you can share some of that with us. And yes, CJ, they made a documentary, not necessarily just about the Cecil Hotel, but about everything that happened surrounding Elisa Lam. So definitely go watch it. It's coming out tomorrow. I know what I'm doing. Oh, so okay. I'm sorry. Go back to the murders that.
So there is the one where the woman jumped out of the window and ended up on the marquee of the hotel. I'm trying to find her specific name. There's also Dorothy Jean Purcell. She was 19 and she was sharing a room at the Cecil with her shoe salesman boyfriend who was 38, and his name was Ben Levine. She was unaware that she was pregnant. She went into labor, had the baby in the bathroom, threw the baby out the window because she thought the baby was dead.
you know,
and then ended up not getting charges because they kind of claimed like a temporary insanity, so she didn't catch charges for it.
you know, there, and I'm trying to find it in my notes here now, and of course I can't. I believe there was some sort of deaths that involved multiple members of the military. I was reading that earlier, and of course I should have highlighted it because now I can't find it here. Wendy would be very disappointed in me. But, you know, it's just baffling to me. What was this hotel built on? Is it built on some ancient Indian burial ground? Is it cursed? Is it? I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's something that's going on.
Another one that was kind of funky too, and they referenced this in the show, was the Pigeon Goldie, who was like a older retired woman who was a telephone operator and was living at the Cecil Hotel and was known to like give birds like birdseed throughout the day, and that's how she got her name. And she was found in her hotel room, raped and murdered, with like birdseed everywhere in her Dodgers hat that she always wore like next to her.
And you know, Bob, that's actually a really good question. Does it have anything to do with witchcraft? I don't know.
Good.
I really don't know. I mean, there's something about this place that makes it a hotbed for paranormal activity. Which, you know, sorry guys, we all know the dog always has to come make an appearance. So here she is. Here she is. You're on TV. You're on TV. Are you happy now? Okay. She's happy now.
For now.
So, you know, that kind of leads us into the Ghost Adventures episode a little bit. You know, they did an episode. It's actually an hour and a half thing long if anybody wants to go watch it on Discovery Plus. Excellent footage. You know, sometimes I can be kind of critical of Ghost Adventures because I'm one that says it doesn't happen like that. No, I got to give props to Zach and the team. They actually did a very good job. You know, they really did a good job talking about not just the history. You know, Zach does come in there kind of, you know, big and bad, you know. I'm going to go fight ghosts.
The original ghost bro.
Yeah. Bro, all right. But, you know, he really did, him and his team really did a nice job of summarizing kind of what happened. You know, the footage that they captured, you know, and this is going to sound mean, I guess, of me, but, you know, Zach is real big on any time, you know, he sees a light anomaly on film. Sometimes I'm kind of critical of those. I'm like, it's more of a dust orb to me, but whatever, put it out there. That's fine. It's open to interpretation. So if anybody's seen the episode and you want to comment below,
Comment.
let us know. Shaylin, yes, the place is actually closed now. You cannot stay there anymore, which is sad because if I could, I'd go spend a whole week there. To Denise, if witchcraft could cause someone to end up in a water tank, I know a whole lot of people going to be in trouble. Don't mess with Denise.
Do not.
If you are not following Denise on Facebook, you should, though, because she's hilarious. I'm just here to tell you. And I do just want to comment to CJ, I am actually going to Waverly Hills for the first time
In
ever
August, right?
in August. I have been wanting to go to Waverly Hills ever since I started my paranormal career. And Thank you, Pac-Man Paranormal, for finally making it happen. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about that. But I'm kind of digressing. Yes, CJ, you are only an hour from me. Come on down. Come hang with us. What was your take? I mean, you're not really in the paranormal community. As an outsider looking in, what was your thoughts on the way that Zach handled that investigation?
Okay, so I was very pleasantly surprised. While I am not in the paranormal kind of realm, like true crime is more my thing, I was pretty pleasantly surprised. I watch Ghost Adventures and I watch Ghost Hunters pretty regularly. I like anything, like I said, I like scary things. I typically don't like Ghost Adventures because I don't like Zach. I think he's too ghost bro-y for me, and he's like, oh, ghost. And I'm just like, I don't know. And I'm with you. Like, I need some pretty solid and convincing evidence. I thought some of the stuff that I watched on that program was chilling. Particularly so he put the Richard Ramirez original artwork in the closet, and then all of a sudden he started getting like the red on his neck and looked like he got punched in the eye. Do you remember that part?
I do.
You didn't think that was convincing?
I thought it was interesting.
It just appeared out of nowhere. That's what was surprising.
But you have to understand, I'm probably more critical than the average viewer. I think most of the paranormal people that are in my chat right now would probably agree with me. We're probably all as a whole maybe a little more critical of Zach and really whatever reality show is out there than we probably should be. But I mean, like I said, some of his evidence was very convincing.
One of the things that was really weird was when the voice said Elisa Lam.
So see, I believe more in like the EVP kind of stuff. I try to go more the scientific route. See, does that make sense? Like something tangible, I guess, so to speak. As a whole, I kind of, back when I started doing the whole paranormal investigation thing, there was a bajillion TV shows on about it, and everybody thought that they were going to get a show. Okay, I kid you not. Every ghost group thought that they were going to get a show. Well, that's just not going to happen. But I'm here to admit, I was one of the people that thought I was going to get a show too. So, yes, I was one of them. For a while, I did. I went in big and bad, and I thought I was a badass, and I was. Again, like Zach, I'm gonna go hunt some ghosts, but that's not the way that it worked. So, let's see what Nurse Jen has to say. She lived in LA, and it's right in the middle of Skid Row, which drove the rich away over the years. So they didn't keep up with the maintenance. But I didn't know it was designated as a historic landmark. That's good to know. What I am going to do, because I love talking about Ghost Adventures and everything, I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. We got a couple extra minutes. We'd love to hear your take on Ghost Adventures or Zach or the Cecil Hotel. You are more than welcome to come on up and join the thing. Yes, Angela, I am getting hunted now. I am getting hunted. To CJ, Aaron was your favorite. Well, Aaron's my favorite too. Now, just so y'all know, when we go ghost hunting, Ashley refers to me as Zach. And Ashley is my Aaron. Ashley is my Aaron.
So, what did you think was the most compelling part of the Ghost Adventures? Like, as far as the footage that they got in the Cecil Hotel, what did you think was super compelling?
See, to me, I really liked any kind of EVP that they captured. I really like any kind of footage there. Now we do have a caller who would like to come up. I got to admit, I'm a little nervous because her name is Sexy Lopsided Titties. I'm not even kidding. I don't know who this is.
What?
So I'm gonna add you, but please be nice. Hi, Sexy Lopsided Titties.
Hi, y'all. Oh, my God.
How's it going? Hello? Are you there?
I didn't do it. I didn't do that. I was streaming with my friend, and she did that.
Well, oh, your name?
Yeah, she did that.
Well,
Well, she was. Oh, shit. Hang on, y'all.
okay, we hanging.
How about now?
No, you're still Sexy Lopsided Titties.
Oh, no. I had to mute my YouTube. Hey, how you doing?
Good. Do you watch Ghost Adventures or anything?
Not anymore. And let me tell you something, okay?
Okay.
I was obsessed with ghost adventures, ghost hunters, paranormal state, all of that shit, right? But when Aaron left and said that a lot of it was fake, I was like devastated, right? Like I felt like I was lied to for years, kind of thing. Like I literally broke up with Zach. I still love Aaron, though. Like he was the best, right? Like because he was always like, "Whoa, dude," you know.
Aaron always is the best, in my opinion. And
yeah,
I do think that they wind up. I don't want to say that they fake evidence. I don't know that I necessarily want to believe that. I'd like to believe that a respectable ghost hunter has a little bit more credibility than that. But they do have to get ratings.
Right.
So, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, logically, if you think about it, every time you go ghost, adventures or whatever, you're not going to find that much evidence every single time. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, I mean, you're not. Now, do you do any kind of ghost hunting or anything like that?
No, I just like to watch it on TV.
Well, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of how I actually got started, really. Now, have you seen the show at all? The episode we're talking about?
No, I got here super late, so I was like trying to figure out what was going on. No, I haven't watched it.
That's quite all right. Well, you need to go watch it because let me just tell you, I have so many notes all about this place because I wanted to be a valuable contributing member to Whit's discussion.
The Cecil Hotel?
The Cecil Hotel.
I was obsessed with that one. Like that one's like always been super creepy to me. I think it's just the footage of it is just it's so disturbing and it's really sad. And then that's when I learned about all the other stuff in the hotel that's happened in the past. It's so sad. Bless her heart. I just want to hug her.
It's sad but you know what? Here's what I think is the scariest part about the whole thing. Look at that face! That is scary, y'all. He lived there.
It's fucking terrifying.
That is terrible.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down, but I appreciate you coming up, okay?
Well, thanks for having me, y'all. I'll change my name to be more appropriate next time.
Oh, you are fine. I will talk to you
later.
They're
really not lopsided.
Hey, you know what? I'm not here to judge. I am not here to judge.
My friend did that because she loved me so much.
Thank you for coming up.
Thank y'all.
Bye. Oh, y'all, we got another caller coming in.
We have another one?
We got, I don't know if we call him Mr. President or not, but I'm going to call him that. What you doing? Are you Mr. President or is that the top?
Hello, long-time listener, first-time caller.
I'm so excited. So excited that you're here. How's it going, dude?
Going great. Very happy to be here. I wanted to chime in on Zach and something that was said about the TV shows. As most of y'all know, and most of the people that know who I am know, I was at Waverly Hills for a long time. Saw a lot of the shows come through the door there. A lot of the production teams and everything. I had an opportunity to meet Zach once. And
are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you get your picture with him?
I had it on an old phone. It was years ago, and I've gone through so many phones that somehow that one got lost in the shuffle of all the phone changes. You know?
Do you have his phone number where I can reach him?
No, I don't.
Really?
I don't.
Okay, well then what's your point here, Ernie?
Yeah. Why am I even here, right?
Why are you here?
I just wanted to say that Zach, the Cecil Hotel episode, there's another episode, it's called Gary's House, where if you know the guy who invented the Mel meter, it's named after his daughter Melanie. He invented it to communicate with her. They did an episode there at that house, which, along with the Cecil Hotel episode, are my two favorite episodes of Ghost Adventures. Because, I mean, you know, it wasn't all the dramatic stuff that you see a lot of times on there, a lot of stuff that he gets criticized for. He's really a nice, quiet, reserved guy. He's an introvert in reality, or it seems, you know, this, I'm not a psychologist or anything.
I would never guess that about him.
That's how I saw him anyway when I met him. And I think a lot of times these people, my better half needs to be on. I see that Eileen. She's like, I've got no hair, no makeup, no nothing. I ain't getting on there. But
I think Denise agrees with you on that.
Yeah, there you go. There's her reply. But I think a lot of times when you're on a show and you get a certain amount of popularity and all this stuff, sometimes you become a character that you have to portray sometimes.
I agree.
And I think that's kind of what Zach has gotten pigeonholed into, is portraying this character of, you know, come and push me, you know, that kind of thing. But I really don't think he's a bad guy at all.
No,
and as far as, you know, you said that you know, the shows you don't believe a lot of the shows because you don't get that much evidence. We know as paranormal investigators, you know, you go on a location and you're there for 10, 12 hours. If you get one or two pieces of evidence out of that night, it's a pretty awesome night. And these shows might have, you know, their reveals where they have 6 or 7 pieces of evidence. Well, having been around those productions when the show's filmed, they're there for a week. It's not just one night. It might play out on the show as one night. They don't tell you, you know, where, you know, down in the corner of the screen, it'll say like 1:13 a.m. Okay, well, that might have been 1:13 a.m. on Tuesday. And then the next clip is 3:44 a.m. Well, that was 3:44 a.m. on Monday, you know, but they just put it together to where it looks like one night. So
you're exactly right. You're absolutely right. Now, because I have so many questions, and I have a secret love obsession for Zach. He does not know this, but
He does.
one day we'll meet him,
I'll let him know.
and I will confess my love for him. Did you ever get to meet? And because I don't remember if she ever went there or not. She might do more residential. You know, sometimes he has that priest come with him, and there's that nun that accompanies the priest. She's got the long gray hair. And
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
talking
She
about.
does I think she's based out of New Orleans.
Yeah, I want to meet her in the worst way.
Yeah, I mean, I've never met her, but she's got this aura, it's kind of a creepy aura where it's like, I bet she could tell you some stories and freak you out, you know?
She looks like she could kick my ass.
Yeah, that too.
I want to meet her in the worst way. You know, I'm just saying. I never knew that you actually got to meet him. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, met him at his museum once, and you know, I've been around him a couple of times. I'll just say that.
Well,
But,
I guess I just need to go start hanging out with you and Denise more often. Good Lord.
this past year we've become friends with a lot of great people in the field.
You guys really have. You guys really have.
But that meeting with him was several years ago, and I mean, when Ghost Hunters was there last October filming at Waverly Hills, spent a week with those guys and became really close with the entire cast of that show, and got a lot of respect for how they do things. Brandon Alvis, he's takes a very scientific approach, and he's no nonsense kind of guy. And
That's really
I got a lot of respect for all them. But
that's really cool. Well, I'm glad that you came up and said hey to us.
well, I just I wanted to chime in and be a part of this. I mean, I really, the Cecil Hotel story, there's so many twists and turns to that, and theories behind it, about some kind of CIA or government conspiracy type thing. And how would a little woman like that get this ton steel lid back over top of herself or whatever, or half a ton?
I mean, look at that. How the hell would she do that?
Right. Yeah, it's impossible.
I mean,
It was not a suicide, that's for sure.
I would agree with you 100%. Now,
I also want to know where that sedimentary particulates, where those came from too.
Yeah. I think that maybe she was killed in the desert or something. I don't know. Or whoever had killed her might have had the sand on them, and it just wound up in her clothes. It's a crazy story. There's so many questions. You could go down the rabbit hole on that a long way. And then, you look back at the movie Dark Waters that came out, in 2002.
Yeah,
and it basically told the story of that's parallels her story very similarly. And the lady in the story had a daughter named Cece. Cecil Hotel. Her name was Ceci.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah. There's
remember that. I'm trying
it's
to
kind
go
of like the Kennedy and Lincoln parallels when you look at some of the things between the Black Dahlia and all those other things.
That's what Denise was saying earlier. The originals in 2002 when it came out. That's creepy. That's creepy. Yeah. There was all those connections.
Exactly. And by the way, as the president, I see that you've been on for 59 minutes and 13 seconds. Don't worry about the 1 hour time slot. You got as long as you need. We don't have another show coming on tonight. Stay as long as you want.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate that. So, okay, so I get confused. So is the Todd also a president, or what is he?
Nobody knows who Todd is. Nobody knows what his purpose is.
Yeah.
He's the vice president.
I get that. Well, I just have to ask you, Mr. President, did you notice I learned to do some extra things in StreamYard today?
That's awesome. You're going to have to teach me how to do that stuff.
I am quite proud of myself that I figured it out.
I'm just now figuring out how to play the countdown video and all that stuff on our show. So,
well, I just learned today it's like every time I log in, I see something new that somebody's created for us to use. So I just now found the Midnight Wolfpack countdown. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I don't have to
even with the porn music in the background, it's an awesome countdown.
It really is. It really kind of made me feel like, woohoo! I am somebody official. And, Jason's gonna help me make this nice overlay that y'all have, and
Yeah, we're gonna get you a little intro video of your own.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right.
I'll take that.
Get with Jason and Matt on that. We'll make that happen too.
I got to make it kind of fun because My show's a little different, you know.
Your show is awesome. It's. I mean, I'm kind of jealous. I think you got a show that's as much fun as our show, and you know,
Your show's pretty fun. Your show is pretty fun. I can't lie. If you guys haven't checked out checked out, can't talk. Checked out your show. You got to go watch it. I'm telling you, if you guys are not subscribed to Midnight Wolfpack, do it now so you guys get all of the notices.
Yeah.
You know, I mean that's really what you want to do. But like I said, I got to give credit to Whit. This was her idea, and it really turned out great.
Did you see what you just said, Joe?
What was that, Ash?
Did you see Denise's comment?
Oh no, what'd she say? Come on up and go squatching with us.
Let's go.
Girl, you gonna make me walk.
We can just sit around the campfire and then mosey back to the gifting stump every now and then.
You know,
do a whole lot of walking.
If I can go, you know, for those who don't know, they like to go Bigfoot hunting. And they told me this story about these donuts that somehow mysteriously got eaten. That would have been me. I would have ruined it for everybody. I would have eaten it.
You would have had to walk all the way back to that stump to get it, though.
You know, I do want to go one time. I've never been. You know, it's kind of an interest of mine. So one of these days, Ashley and I are going to take our asses up there, and we're just going to go do it.
Yeah, we'll get you hooked up with Squatch Man Greg Yost. For those of you who don't know him and don't follow him, you need to find him on Facebook. Greg Yost, Yost. He is a fascinating character. He's gonna have a show here on the platform soon.
Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And, he's an amazing guy. Everybody that meets him falls in love with him. I mean, he's just a great guy.
Well, and really, I mean, you guys are always looking for new talent to come on too. So, I mean, anybody who's listening that has a paranormal show, come on out.
Exactly.
It's fun to be a part of. It really is.
We're trying to grow this, and you know, I mean, everybody that becomes part of the family becomes part of the family, and you know, we invite them. Like Joe and Ashley are going to be coming with us to Waverly. That's right.
You know. So, and what's kind of cool, you know, and I think I shared this with you and Denise and Todd and everybody at one point, you know, a lot of the people that I interact with, you know, on it from a YouTube perspective aren't necessarily in the paranormal field. So there's a lot of people that come over that are starting to see these shows and they're getting interested, and, you know, it's very cool. Like Jesus Jugs, she is not in the paranormal field, but yes, her name is Jesus Jugs. Yes, she does have a show with Marie.
Nice.
You go. You got to understand the full story, but Jesus Jugs.
I got you. I get
it. That we call her Jesus Jugs because that is her name. So
I understand.
But you had to go there, though.
What was that?
So you had to go all the way there, though? Kind of save?
I had to demonstrate. We'll edit that out. We'll edit it out.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, but supposedly you can do it.
Yeah, there's a cut. There's a thing you can do. We'll do the thing. You know the thing.
I only get to StreamYard. I don't get into all this editing stuff. You know what? I tried to do the whole reality show. It did not work. So
it's. I think you could do a great reality show though if you had a production team following you, handling the camera and all that. It's very tough to do one the way that you and I tried to do them, where you got to film it all yourself because it looks too staged and scripted.
And those videos are no longer there, which is sad.
Yeah.
They're not. All that hard work for nothing. Dang.
I understand. We sent several videos ourselves in for that just never went anywhere. But that's another story, and we'll just.
We're you know what? We are no drama on this channel.
We might hint at drama, but we don't call anybody out or anything like that.
Ernie, if you haven't noticed, the last few shows, I've definitely been hinting at some YouTube drama. I'm not calling anybody out. You don't even know who they are. They know.
Exactly.
Oh,
And Whit knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
I mean, girl, you and I got to talk about that.
Well,
more
I
people.
will let you guys get back to your show, Joe. I just wanted to chime in and talk about the Cecil a little bit, and about Zach, and about the TV shows, because I got a little bit of history with some of them.
You do, and I am so glad that you came up, Ernie.
Well, thank you for letting me. I appreciate it.
You are always welcome here, Mr. President.
Well, thank you. I won't cancel your show.
Yeah, yes. Please don't cancel my show. I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
Right. Oh, one thing. When you said earlier, I used to come in like the big bad tough guy. Me and Denise both spit out our pizza.
Did you really? Did you really?
We were like, I just can't picture Joe coming in with the big bad tough guy.
Ernie. I should show you some footage from like 2008. I'm big and bad.
I just don't see it, man. You're a nice guy.
My very first investigation I ever went on, I went in all big and bad.
story?
F this, F that. You're a bitch. I got slapped. My very first investigation on video. You see me go flying back. I mean, it wasn't until I got up in front of a room full of people when the question was asked, do you ever provoke? And I go, yeah, I do. And then I realized that was not good.
No.
But that's all I saw on TV. So how would I know? I didn't know anybody.
Right.
Nobody would show me the ropes.
That is one of the downfalls of the TV shows, is that, some of them, and I'm not going to name any in particular, but some of the TV shows, the tactics that they use, their style of investigating, you got a lot of new people coming into the field that they base their style on what they've seen on TV.
Absolutely, they do.
And you know as well as I do, sometimes you just do not do some of those things. It's just that you're asking for trouble, or you're not going to get real evidence that way.
Exactly. And it's sad.
But anyway, I'll let you folks get back to it. Whit, hello. It's nice to meet you. And I love this stuff about the Cecil. Keep on talking. The Cecil's awesome. We're going to have to go to Los Angeles and check it out.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Right, I'll join y'all because I obviously am very interested.
Yes, you are, girl. Yes,
It is. It genuinely is like a rabbit hole. Like I watched Ghost Adventures the other day, and I must have spent 4 hours on the computer after, just like researching topic after topic after topic.
Table. So.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Good night. Take care. Like I say, talk as long as you want, Joe. We got nothing planned on.
We're going to wrap up here pretty soon. I got to clean the kitchen. So.
Take as long as you want. The dogs will be fine. They're just peeing the floor, and you can clean it up later.
The dogs are fine, but the kitchen is driving me nuts. I'm on this whole clean streak now, so I got to clean it. So we are going to wrap up here pretty soon.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night.
It's great to talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, I'm so glad he got to come up.
Glad it came up.
I'm very glad he came up. No, Angela, we cannot tour the Cecil Hotel that I'm aware of, but I would never publicly tell anybody that you should go trespass.
No, never.
I'm just saying. Midnight Wolfpack does not encourage nor condone those activities. But if you want to be my friend, well, maybe we'll go.
Maybe.
I think they should open it up though for tours. I think that's probably a pretty decent way to make some money.
Well, you know, I've never really actually gotten to ghost hunt at an abandoned hotel. I never have. I've investigated like an actual hotel that, you know, people stay at, but that's not as fun.
Do you go all over to investigate?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Because where I'm from is very haunted.
like, I typically just stay kind of in this area, you know, in Tennessee or, you know, Kentucky, you know, Indiana. You know, I generally am kind of where I live, but I mean, I'll venture out, you know, for the right opportunity, you know. So it really just kind of depends, you know. Like I said, because you're in Philadelphia, right?
So I live in Philadelphia, but I grew up in upstate New York.
Okay.
And where I'm from is very like there's a lot of different spots that have like I've seen things. I have an aunt who's very into like paranormal investigation, and there's a particular area called Star Hill. And when I was a kid, we used to go up there, and I have seen some really weird things up there.
Well, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'll send you information so you can read about it.
Please do. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up because, like I said, I do want to clean my kitchen. I know.
You want to clean your kitchen?
Well, you know, it's getting late. It's 10:15 for Whit. You know, it's getting late.
We're past our hour anyways, so.
Oh, hey, I got permission from Mr. President. I can stay on.
So we can go longer though. So, but
you know, I got to make up for my missed show last week where I was busy. So, you know, just saying.
You're busy with the neighbor.
Don't get me started on the neighbor.
I'm gonna text you like I said, needs to know about neighbor.
Oh, he'll tell you, all right. Be ready for pages.
We're not friends. Okay? That's it. We're not friends. We will never be friends again. It's done.
It's over. And has been. If that doesn't tell you anything.
We're not friends.
No, you're not.
So, I'm just saying. I cannot believe I just did that on live TV.
Me neither.
People are going to think, what the hell is wrong with him? Oh,
You had to do it, though. Do you feel better?
I just wish the neighbor could admit that the neighbor is not a nice person either. But that's not going to happen. Okay, again, I'm digressing. This is not the point of our show. We are going to wrap this up because I don't want to go down this rabbit hole again.
Again.
Did you guys see this comment? Like the eye roll on the word neighbor. Oh, Kathy, you don't even know the half of it. So anyway, thank you so much to Whit. I really appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you suggesting this. This was an excellent topic. I would love for us to do this again if you're open to it. Not that I'm
absolutely.
Not that absolutely. I'm putting on the spot or anything.
Do a neighbor live.
What was that?
The comment. Do a neighbor live.
No. That's not happening.
We would definitely not have a show anymore.
I'd be fired. Just saying. Okay. On the neighbor comment, everybody go hug your neighbor. Become friends with your neighbor. And and I'm glad everybody came out tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all learned something. I know I did. And one of these days, I'm going to get into the Cecil Hotel.
We're doing it.
If next time I'm in Los Angeles. So, all right.
All right.
All right. And the word, again, because I steal stuff from people, In the words of Amber and Heidi, Super Sippers out!